All right, boys and girls, what is going on? What is going on? If you guys are new to this channel, probably are. The channel is pretty new. Money Mastermind. Pretty much the reason for this channel, right, is if you guys haven't been able to tell by the recent videos that I post, all the shorts videos, I'm kind of on a mission here to prove that money is fake. It's not real. Share the idea of money, right? The tangible idea, the physical idea of money is real because, yeah, you can pull a dollar out of your pocket and it's real. But the idea of money, the idea of that piece of paper that has been just beat into our mind for our entire lives is fake. It's not real. And I have a couple reasons as to why, right? So growing up, what was it? One thing we were told was, well, money doesn't grow on trees, right? There kind of are ways to do that, right? Not literally make money grow on trees, but basically you get a tree, right? You have a tree, which is a base of money, right? You can put it into the stock market. That alone could make you money right there with zero work. You could sell options against those stocks. That alone brings you in. That could make you six figures alone a year just doing that, 100% passive, right? But really, the goal of this channel, right, of what I'm saying is to take $0. Well, I have about $4,000 to my name right now, but I'm not going to use any of that because why would I use my own money to invest when I could just use other people's money? So that's what I'm going to do. The goal is to take $0, spend no money of my own, and turn that money into eventually someday millions, right? And the goal is to not use any of my own money during this process, right? So if I ever need to buy something, right, I have to take out some sort of loan for it, or it has to be from an item of someone else's that I just bought with someone else's money and flipped it and turned that into more money, right? So that's what I'm going to do, right? So I'm going to start out with a side hustle, right? My personal side hustle is couch flipping, right? You guys can look it up. Ryan Pineda, there's a really good video. He did it. He was kind of like the founder of this whole thing. Now a lot of people do it. It's very, very profitable. The margins are very high as well. It's not like going into like a thrift store and buying something and making $10 off of it. I mean, I do it. I make about $200 per couch on it. And I've done this before. But this is before I had the knowledge of what I have now. And my thing was I used to rent a box truck, right, from Home Depot. Every single time I would do this, and every single time I would rent a truck, it would cost me X amount of money, right? It cost me about, I'd say, like $25 for an hour. It cost me about $100 for the whole day, right? Plus you got to fill it up with gas and everything like that. But once I started to really learn about credit and how credit works, I'm like, I could buy my own box truck, right? I could take out a loan, $6,000, buy a used box truck, pay $350 a month on that loan, probably about $100 a week for gas, right? Maybe $150, depending on what how high gas prices are right now and everything like that. Maybe those prices, right? So that would be about, we'll say $400 for easy numbers, right? So that's $400 a month for gas, plus a $350 loan is $750, right? I make $200 profit on every single couch that I flip. Okay, so if I had to make $200 profit on every single couch that I flip, I can get like maybe 8 to 10 couches a week, right? 200 times 10, that's $2,000 right there. The loan is only $350, right? The gas, obviously, we talked about that, about $400 a month or something like that. And so I was sitting here thinking, and I'm like, well, let me break this down. Why would I go and rent a Home Depot truck, compete with other people who are trying to rent the Home Depot truck, who get in the way of myself doing business, which has happened hundreds of times? I go to Home Depot, I have everything set up to go pick up a couch, and there's no truck available, and I have to call the whole thing off, right? And it's very frustrating. So I was like, why not just buy my own truck, take out a loan, borrow someone else's money? Because at the time, I thought I needed to save up money to do this. But I'm like, I really don't need to. I could just take out a loan, pay, $350 a month on this thing, maybe $400, towards the end of the life cycle of the loan, maybe $450 a month, right? You can pay the loan back quicker if you want to. You don't have to let it go out. You don't have to let it drag out throughout the whole cycle, right? I mean, if you make $7,000 profit in 1 month, right? I mean, you could choose to be super aggressive and pay off the whole loan after 1 month, and you're still up $1,000. Or, you can pay it off in bigger increments, whatever you want to do, right, to avoid paying interest on it. But pretty much that's the idea of it. So what I'm going to do is, here's the business model. The business model is this. Start flipping couches, right? I got to get a loan. Okay, my credit is not phenomenal right now. So a loan right now might be kind of tough to get, especially with how high rates are and everything. So what I'm going to do is obviously got to repair the credit first, right? It's not terrible. It's like a 680, so it's not miserably, but it could use work, right? get that credit card built up, get that credit built up. Flip these couches consistently, right? Week in and week out. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do crazy volume until I get my own truck. Try to aim for about maybe 4 couches a week, right? $200 couches, $800 a week, everything like that, okay? Get that rolling. Get a storage unit, right? A storage unit price going to be about $180 to $200 a month as well. Get all that. Build the credit up, right? Take out a loan for the box truck. Get the box truck up that from 4 couches a week to 10 couches a week. $200 profit on every single couch. That's $2,000 a week. Obviously, some weeks are going to be less than, some weeks are going to be more than 10 couches a week. Okay, and then once we do that, start to scale. You know, and once we maybe hit about maybe like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in inventory, right? Or not necessarily in inventory. I guess you could say liquidity or cash reserves, whatever you want to call it, right? Of liquid cash. That's what we'll say. Once we hit about $50,000 in liquid cash, then I'll look to start hiring out, right? Like I'll look to start, you know, maybe get an employee, maybe take out another loan, right, to get another truck, right? And you're going to say, oh, well, you have $50,000. Why don't you just buy another used box truck with cash, right? That way you don't have to pay anything back, which, yeah, that's an option, but why would I do that? Why would I use my own money to buy a business, a business necessity or something like that when I could just use someone else's money, right? It doesn't make any sense. So I'll use someone else's money to buy another used box truck, get another employee or two, start paying them. And then instead of getting 10 couches a week, right, we can upgrade the storage unit as well. Maybe get a second storage unit, maybe get 2 more storage units, maybe just get a small warehouse type of thing, using another loan, right? I'm not going to use my own money to buy this stuff when you don't have to. And maybe instead of 10 couches a week, we're up to 20 couches a week, 30 couches a week, maybe something wild like that, okay? Maybe we won't get that high, right? 30 might be a little high. Maybe we start flipping like 15 to 20 a week, right? I think that's a pretty safe number, having some employees and a larger storage capacity. But we start doing that, right? Maybe we start doing like $5,000 a week, $4,000 a week, right? And now all of a sudden we're starting to really push that, you know, that mid 6-figure mark by the end of the year, okay? And then what do I want to do after that, okay? What I want to do after that is I want to take my 6 figures that I have, right? Once I start getting built up to maybe about like 300 grand, somewhere around there, this is where it gets fun. This is where it gets really fun, okay? So if you guys don't know what a security-backed line of credit is, you need to learn, okay? Security-backed line of credit is when you have money in a taxable brokerage account, right? Like I think there's only certain places that do security-backed line of credits, but whatever, right? You can put it in any brokerage, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Webull, whatever. And you borrow against that, okay? You borrow against your assets that you have. And because you're borrowing against those assets, the interest rates are super low. And with an SBLOC loan, you don't have a set time frame of when you need to pay anything back. Okay, that's the beautiful thing, right? It's just like an annual checkup every single year. So you can borrow up to 50 to about 75%. I think it might be even higher than that, but it's 50 to 75%. The minimum you can take out is $100,000, I think, which is a little unfortunate because I would love to do this it's a little bit sooner, but obviously if you got to get a little bit more money. Okay, you got to get a little bit more of that fake paper in there. So so that's what we're going to have to do, right? Build that up to about 300,000, 200,000. And then all of a sudden, I'm my own bank now, right? I could be like, all right, I don't want to work this year, right? I don't want to work this year. So let me borrow 50% of my portfolio, which is at $200,000. Let me take out $100,000, right? And now I can do that with what I want, right? Obviously, for a little bit, live below your means if you want to, right? It all depends on your lifestyle as well that you choose to do. But then use that $100,000 for other investments, right? Which is super low interest, right? I mean, you could continue doing the couch thing, right? If you want to. I don't know if I would continue to do the couch thing. Once I got that high, I'd probably look to sell my business. I'd probably get an LLC to make it official, then sell the LLC to someone else. But eventually with $100,000, you can get into a good amount of real estate properties with $100,000, right? I mean, a down payment on some really good real estate properties is like, 30 grand, 20 grand, maybe a little higher than that, depending on what you want to do, depending on how aggressive you want to be, right? And again, you're not using your money. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about an SBLOC loan, the security-backed line of credit, is that it allows you to get that liquidity access, that liquid access to your money that is currently in assets, right, in the stock market. but you don't have to sell. You don't have to sell and withdraw those things. You don't have to pay capital gains tax. This is how the rich avoid paying taxes. Okay, what they do is they just borrow against their assets, right? They do the SBLOC loans. They do the HELOC loans. They know how to utilize credit, everything like that. I haven't even done a video on credit cards yet. Or once I do the video on credit cards, right, that's some fun stuff there too. Okay, you can do this at any level. Okay, you don't have to be some crazy, you don't have to have an 800 credit score. You don't have to, already have millions of dollars saved up. You can really do this at any level. You just got to get creative with it. It's all a game, people. Money is all a game. And once you learn how to play it, you're set. It might take a little bit, right? It might take some longer than others, but once you learn the game, man, it's smooth sailing ahead, okay? So, quick recap. Couch flipping, do it myself for a little bit, repair the credit score a little bit, get it up to about 750, 740, start taking out some loans, get a box truck, 10 couches a week, make $2,000 a week, start doing that, start hiring more, up that to about $4,000 to $5,000 a week, make mid six figures every single year, right? Once I get that, maybe potentially sell the business, take my liquid cash that I have, put it into a stock market account, borrow against that stock market account with extremely low interest rates, no time frame on when to pay it back, anything like that. Get into other investments like real estate, and boom, you get a multi-million-dollar net worth right there, starting with $0, people. And you can do that in a relatively quick time frame too, if you are diligent about it, if you are strategic about it, and if you have very good focus and you stay disciplined, you can make it happen, boys and girls. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is what this page is going to be about. This is probably going to be the video that's pinned, right? So one day when it happens, people can't say that I was some trust fund baby or anything like that. But that's all I got for y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do. I know the video's quality is not great. It's on my phone, but it gives you guys an idea what the page is about and what we're looking to do. So I love y'all. Have a good day and peace out.